Bill Belichick, of course, now he's in his second year without Tom Brady, and they went out. Probably no coincidence. It's been $150 million plus in free agency to shore up that team in the year after struggling without Tom Brady. And, of course, Tom Brady goes elsewhere and wins the Super Bowl. So a lot of people are beginning to look at Belichick none more closely than his former player, Asante Samuel, who won 2 Super Bowls with Belichick and Brady. Played with the Patriots from 2003 to 2007, won Super Bowls in 04 and 05. Really good player, Asante Samuel, Pro Bowler. And he has been incredibly critical of Belichick, Rob. Now, he's biased against Belichick. He's got a bone to pick with him. He claimed a while ago, last year, that Belichick never liked the way Asante played cornerback. But Asante said, but then, even though he never liked the way I played the position, then he goes ahead and starts teaching his players to play just like I played at cornerback. So later on, he said that Brady left, when he went to Tampa, that he left because he was, quote unquote, fed up with the Patriot way. And then today, Rob, he issued the insult of all insults when we're talking about great coaches. And he said this, Rob, that Bill Belichick would be, quote, just another coach. Let me add on to that a little bit. He would be Robert Saleh. He would be Joe Judge. He would be Dan Quinn without Tom Brady. That's just another coach. So that's the Broussard version. But just another coach is the direct quote from Asante Samuel, Rob. He said that about Bill Belichick. If he didn't have Tom Brady, the floor is yours, Rob Parker.
Asante, hello. Is this mic on? This is for Asante Samuel. If you're going to make that claim, then I want you to step to the mic, and I hope we get this on social media so he can listen to this, and tell us about the cheating that went on during the Bill Belichick era. How about you come clean and tell us why he isn't a great coach, because he's cheated his way to Super Bowls? Can we hear that? Because the nonsense that you just threw out makes no sense. And it's obvious you have an axe to grind. I got an axe to grind with the Patriots for cheating, and Bill Belichick got busted and got the largest fine in the history of the NFL. Asante, open up about that. Let the personal stuff with you and Bill, put that to the side. Okay, that's personal. But tell me about that if you really want to be big and bad and you got something to say about Bill Belichick. Come on, spill the beans. Open it up. Be the White House's deep throat. Right, Chris? Give me the information. You were there. You know what went on. Is Bill a cheater? Yes or no? You got the information. But to come on and say he's just an average, or he without Tom Brady being an average coach, let me just give you this. This is some information for you, okay? During the Patriots defense, during each of their Super Bowl seasons, here's where they were ranked. 6th, 1st, 2nd, 8th, 1st, 7th. The Pats were top 10 in defensive scoring 8 times during the Belichick-Brady era, and top 10 17 times. Come on, man. You got an axe to grind with Bill Belichick. I get it. But don't come out here acting like the guy can't coach. By the way, he won 2 Super Bowls with the New York freaking Giants as the defensive coordinator. And you want to go look and see what he did to teams and how he stopped teams, including Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers, because it's all there. I'm not saying he's perfect or he's the best coach, but come on, man. Come with something strong. Asante, we're calling you out today. The Odd Couple, hello, is this on? Asante, we would love to have you on the show. Tell us how the Patriots cheated. You want to turn in your 2 Super Bowl rings and tell everybody that y'all knew the defensive signals? Maybe that's why you were a good player. You knew what was coming. Oh, I don't think so.
Rob Parker, great point. Great point, because Asante, this is a huge statement.
Right.
A guy that's got 6 Super Bowls. A guy that, Rob, I would say most, not all, but I would say most people consider the greatest football coach in NFL history. And you're saying he'd be just another coach without Tom Brady. To make that statement, Rob, you almost have to have evidence, or you might not have the evidence, but you have the experience of having gone through it. If indeed he cheated beyond, what's already known.
Right.
And that's the thing. To make that type of statement, right. You can't just step to the mic and say, you know what? Michael Jordan really wasn't that good.
Right.
Oh, really? So you got some evidence that he cheated or he did something to make us think he was so good?
You gotta have more
right?
than that. It
you
ain't
gotta
just
have
about
the
having an
bones.
opinion.
You gotta have the structure.
You gotta have the bones. You gotta have the structure, especially if you're gonna try to pass that through the Odd Couple. A lot of shows this rolls through and nobody's saying anything, Chris. No, give us the goods.
No,
pick up the phone.
That's a great call, Rob. And look, when it comes down to who is most responsible for that Patriots dynasty, I'm on the side of Tom Brady. But I've always said Bill Belichick is a great coach in my view, and I've called him the GOAT. I've also said this. In the 8 years that he's coached without Tom Brady, he's made the playoffs. Forget a Super Bowl. He's made the playoffs 1 time. He has a losing career record without Tom Brady. So I've pointed all of that stuff out. I think in New England, I believe he's won 47% of his games without Tom Brady, 77% with him. So I've pointed all of that out. But I would be foolish to sit here and say he's still not a good coach or a great coach. And that without Tom Brady, sure, without Tom Brady, does he win 6 Super Bowls? No. But I do think he'd still be a great coach because a lot of those early Super Bowls, and even late, the last one against the Rams,
it was 13-3, Chris.
Yes.
That was the score of the Super Bowl.
Defenses played outstanding football. As you said, Rob, he's always had great defenses. And here's the thing, and even as I threw out the 1-7 record as far as making the playoffs without Brady, Rob, most of the great coaches, most of them have had their stretches where they didn't win. All right, Chuck Noll, who was fantastic, 4 Super Bowls with the Steelers. His last 7 years, he made the playoffs 1 time.
How about Don Shula with the Dolphins?
Yep.
I mean, and he won a Super Bowl, right?
And the only undefeated team in history.
Yep, and he went, look at the last 12 years of his career.
Yep. Had Dan Marino and never won a Super Bowl, with Marino. So Tom Landry gets fired in Dallas.
Right.
Joe Gibbs struggled toward the end. 2 of his last 4 seasons were losing records. I mean, you could go on and on, Rob. And so even Bill Parcells had some tough stretches.
Well,
right?
After those 2 with the Giants, he got the Jets to the AFC Championship. He got the Cowboys to some playoffs. He got the Patriots to the Super Bowl, Chris, but he never won again. Yep. He didn't.
So I would say without Brady, Belichick might be Bill Parcells, which is still a Hall of Fame all-time great coach.
And Bill Parcells is a great coach.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And I think, if you want to say Belichick's that, he's not quite as great, he's not the GOAT, whatever, without Brady, okay. But just not having success without your superstar quarterback doesn't disqualify you from greatness, because as I just pointed out, when Terry Bradshaw was done, when Roger Staubach was done, when, so many other great players were done, their coaches didn't win. And even the great Don Shula didn't win with Dan Marino in his prime. So that's you hit it on the head, Robs. Asante, if you got proof, then start singing, baby.
Yes. We'll open the choir for you. Come on, we'll
Absolutely.
give you the first hour of the Odd Couple tomorrow. We want to hear what you know. Spill the beans on Bill. If you got, obviously he has an axe to grind, Chris. What is he protecting Bill Belichick? What are you protecting Bill Belichick for? Rat him out. Rat him out. We want to know.